Hi, so I am going to do a demonstration on how to make a bed with a patient occupied in it. So you'll do hand hygiene, knock on the patient's door, introduce yourself and say, I will be making your bed, and then you'll go over to the patient's side. You'll have all your supplies. Go ahead and put on clean gloves, and then you will put the rail down, and then go ahead and take care of your patient and just let them know that you may need their help. So here's the patient. So this is what they already have, their sheet. So what you want to do is cover them with a blanket and have them hold the top of it as you go ahead and remove the bottom of the blanket, kind of downwards and out, and that way they stay protected and maintain their privacy. So that will be like that. And then you're going to, once you have them all covered and you remove the old blanket, then you're going to scoot the patient closer to you. So if I'm on this side of the bed, I would start with their top half and move them over on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you do their midsection. 1, 2, 3. And then help with their legs. 1, 2, 3. So be moving towards you. When you do that, then you would ask the patient to cross their arms and their legs, and they are going to grab the arm rail behind them as you kind of roll them over this way. So when you have them rolled over, and stay there. Okay. So if they're rolled over, then can't really see. Okay. Okay, so when they're rolled over, then you're going to take your sheet and you're going to unfold that there. So this is their dirty sheet, and you're just going to roll the dirty sheet away and just kind of keep all the dirtiness in there. Get them as tucked as you can underneath them, and then you're going to change your gloves, so you have clean gloves on, and then you'll go ahead and grab your clean sheet, and then you will kind of lay that out so it's flat, no wrinkles, and then fold this towards you a little underneath the dirty sheet here. And then when you have that done, then you'll take your top, your fitted sheet, and then that would be, it's kind of big right now, that will be underneath here. So same thing, just kind of rolled towards you, and so that will be on like that. And then you'll say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll you back so you're flat. Don't be alarmed, there's a bunch of folded blankets behind you. And so then you will roll them back on their back as they have the blanket on there. And so that's set like that. And then you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So let me get over there. So then on this side, you're going to have the patient, same thing, just have them cross their arms and their legs, well, after you move them towards you. So you have to do the same thing with the top, the midsection, and the legs kind of move towards you. And then once they're towards you, then you'll say, I'm going to roll you to the opposite side. So go ahead and grab onto the handrail as you roll them over onto their side there. and that way the dirty side is exposed, and then also what you tucked under them, part of the clean blanket there. So then the same thing, you're going to take this dirty blanket that was underneath them, and you're just going to roll the edges inward, so that way all the dirtiness is there, and then you'll dispose of that. Change your gloves, so you have clean gloves on, and then you have all the clean sheet that you wanted exposed. So you're going to take the fitted sheet there, or the sheet and the fitted sheet there, or draw sheet, and have all that tucked in. Once all that's done, then you will go ahead and roll the patient back over. And then you'll grab a clean sheet to go on top. So put the sheet on top, and then that way you can remove the dirty blanket underneath. It's hard to do with that, but as they're holding onto the top, you're able to do that. Remove the dirty, remove the blanket, so that way the sheet's on top and their privacy is maintained. And then when there's sheets there, you're going to straighten it all out so it's hanging over the bed and it's even on both sides. And then when you have that, then you'll go ahead and take your blanket that you have, and then that will go on top here. And then as you have the blanket on top, just check and see that it's even on both sides. And then you'll go ahead and tuck the corners. So you'll do the bottom. So you'll do the bottom, you'll tuck in, and then leave the, flip the edges up, and then tuck that part in. And so when all that's tucked, you're just going to have this flap, but it's going to be a 45 degrees. So you'll do that on both sides, and this will be tucked in too. And then when you do that, then you'll just kind of pull down a little bit, so that way, where's the screen's black? Okay. Screen went black for a second. Okay, so when everything's all tucked in, then you'll just pull down a little bit, so that way there's a little slack for their feet so they can move. And then you go up to the top and pull this down. And after that's down, then you'll go ahead and do the pillowcase, which you're pretty much just kind of grab it, so then that way you have the inseams, and then you can grab the corners of the pillow and then pull the rest of it down so the pillow's done. But when you remove the pillow, you'll just ask to lift up their head, remove the pillow, change the dirty sheet off, pillowcase, put your new gloves on, and then do as I said with the clean pillowcase. Once that's pulled down over the pillow, then you'll same thing, lift up their head and then put the new clean pillow with the pillowcase on and have them lay back. When that's all done, then you will, and make sure that the pillowcase is covering the tag. And then when that's all done, then you'll just lift the rail for safety, ask if they need anything else. You'll give them their call light, and then just kind of double check the alignment and everything, and just make sure that they're in the center of the bed and that they're comfortable. And then you are all done, and just dispose away all the dirty linens. And that's how you make a bed with a patient in it. Thank you.